afraid it seems to be inevitable that the government never takes a bill back to rethink it or add some provision to strengthen it in light of what the parliamentary debate indicates. And I think if you listen to a large number of the opposition speeches, there were very serious concerns expressed about liability, about the rights of our Indian citizens who might one day be facing problems as a result of this. The government remains impervious. They come with a bill. They allow the debate to take place, which is a good thing, but they never seem to be affected by it in terms of actually amending those issues where clearly they have not given enough thought. And so the net result is bills pass with the brute majority of the ruling party. And that has happened every time on every issue for the last many, many years. I do believe that on some issues like this, it would have been in the national interest to have a more detailed discussion in the committees, or in at least one special committee on this, to get a detailed study, and then for the government to take some of these thoughts into consideration instead of rushing a bill through. Right. But this seems to be the government's style, and I'm afraid ultimately none of us wants anything to go wrong in our country's nuclear system. But if it ever does, I'm afraid some of the words that were spoken by us will come back to haunt them. Now look, nuclear energy is one legitimate arrow in our quiver. It cannot be something we're over-dependent on. We have to pursue solar, we have to produce hydro, we have to look at wind, all sorts of means of trying to produce renewable, non-fossil fuel energy is important. Of that, nuclear is one. But passing a bill where you remove all the protections that have been thoughtfully embedded into the legislation in the past, that raises some real questions. I'm not objecting to private participation per se, but the private participation should respect the conditions of security, safety, and public interest that I pointed out in my speech.